Now, the Environment Secretary is scrapping Ofwat. Ofwat is a major shake-up of the water industry. As we know, Steve Reed says new watchdogs for England and Wales will better protect bill payers. But a landmark review has warned that prices will still rise due to climate change, oh dear, and demand. Let's speak with Elliot Kek first, head of campaigns at the Taxpayers Alliance. What you always hope for, Elliot, is just a scintilla of, not so much a little bit of a dividend repayment for the taxpayer somewhere along the line. Well, whatever they're doing, at least it's going to be better for us. And now we learn it might be just as bad or even worse.
Well, good afternoon, Ian. Listen, the fundamental problem with our water industry is that much of our pipes, much of our water system is still Victorian in basis. And what that essentially means that is rainwater and sewage all goes into the same pipes. And that means that when it rains too much, you simply have a problem that either it's going to come out of your sink or of your toilet, or it's going to have to be pumped into the rivers, the lakes, the sea, etc. That is the fundamental problem. And in order to fix that, in order to change our pipes so that rainwater and sewage go into different places, that's going to cost an absolutely vast amount of money. And that will have to be paid for either through taxes or through higher water bills. So if we want cleaner rivers, cleaner lakes, cleaner waterways, all of that, which I think most people do, the fundamental reality is that over the next 5, 10, 15 years, we are going to have to pay more for it.
And this is the fundamental problem. I had a water leak at my house, which went on for ages, trying to find it, establish it, how bad was it, etc. And when the fella came out to fix it, I had a fascinating conversation with him. He said, by the way, do you know that the water company will give you 250 quid for getting this fixed? It was one of those the insurance company didn't want to know because they somehow managed to get out of it on a technicality. Nonetheless, so we paid the bill. But he said the water company will give you 250 quid because what you've done is replace something. You're a tiny part of a bigger jigsaw, of course, where the entire town technically needs replacing. And, of course, that's replicated, Elliot, as you've been alluding to, right across the country.
Yeah, and so when we're talking about getting rid of Ofwat, we have to ask what's actually going to come next. And we're hearing this talk of this super regulator. And what Ofwat have basically said to water companies over the last 25 to 30 years, more or less, what they've said time and time again is they don't want bills to go up. They don't want costs to go up for consumers. And that's because they thought the priority for consumers was lower bills. And that's why bills have been broadly gone up lower than inflation over the last 25, 30 years. But that has also meant that there hasn't been enough money for investment. And if one thing that did happen about 10, 15 years ago is we started attaching monitors to all of those pipes where, you know, storm overflows, i.e. raw sewage, gets discharged into our waterways. Previously, we didn't really have any monitors on them, so we didn't know how bad the problem was. About 10 years ago, we added monitors to pretty much all of them. Now we know that there is this big problem. People want it fixed. But listen, as I said, someone's going to have to pay for that, and that's going to either come from taxes or from bills.
Indeed, no other way around it. Listen, great to have you on with us. Elliot, as ever, thank you. Elliot Kek, Head of Campaigns at the Taxpayers Alliance.